This is Abhisheksengupta and welcome back. You are listening to Abhisheksengupta audio blogs. Now we are on with the corporate governance series. Now in this episode, we will describe the principles of corporate governance. Now first come first, what are the principles of corporate governance? The principles are those pillars based on which the corporate governance is defined, drafted, and executed. Worldwide, there are many discussions on the principles of corporate governance. However, there are certain things which are taken and accepted globally. Now, all the discussions across the globe have drawn their extracts from the three reports or the three documents which were released since 1990. The three documents are: number one, the Cadbury Report 1992. Number two is the Principle of Corporate Governance by OECD in 1999 and 2004. Number three is Sarbanes Oxley Act in the USA in the year 2002. The Cadbury Report and the OECD report presents the general principles around which the businesses are expected to operate to assure the proper corporate governance. The third report, the Sarbanes and Oxley Report, also referred as Sarbanes, is an attempt by the US government to legislate several of the principles recommended by OECD and Cadbury Report. Most of the corporate governance principles across the globe are derived from these three documents. Some of the important pointers in this regard are: number one is right and equitable treatment of shareholders. Organizations must respect the rights of the shareholders and help shareholders to exercise their right. This can be done by effectively communicating information and encouraging shareholders to participate in the annual general meeting. Point number two, the interest of other stakeholders. It is important to recognize the rights and obligations towards non-shareholding stakeholders. That means the stakeholders who do not own any share. These can be in form of employees, vendors, creditors, suppliers, customers, and even the policymakers. Point number three is defining the role and responsibilities of the board. Running a board requires sufficient and relevant skills. They must understand the functioning of the corporation or the company along with the challenges a management is facing, as well as how to review those and address those as well. Integrity and the ethical behavior. Integrity must be the fundamental requirement of choosing corporate officials and the board members. Development of the code of conduct for the directors and executives promotes ethical decision making. Point number five is disclosure and transparency. Organizations must clarify and make public the roles of stakeholders along with their responsibilities. The process to independently verify roles, financial reporting must be in place right from day one. Now, these five principles can really help to establish the corporate governance in a better way, in a most transparent way. Remember, these five principles can act as a guiding lamp for the corporate governance. This can lead to a healthy balance between stakeholders and shareholders. Now, based on the industry and based on the local regulations, the principles can be modified, it can be added as well. However, the basic principles which a corporate governance follows comes from the three reports which I have already mentioned. That's all for today. If you got value from this episode, I request you to like, share and subscribe. To my Apple Podcast listeners, I request for a review. I want an honest review how my podcast is helping you and enhancing your life. I'll be back with many such episodes. Till then, stay tuned, stay connected. Have a great day.